I'm Jen, one of the Ramblers gear experts. Today I'm going to talk through some of the things it's worth thinking about when you're choosing a new pair of walking boots. The first thing to think about is how and where you'll be using your boots. Walking boots fall into three broad categories. First of all, there's a lightweight boot. These are normally made of fabric. They're lightweight, breathable, flexible, and ideal for warmer weather or lower level walking. Next up is a mid-weight boot. These are probably the most versatile type. They offer a bit more stability and structure than lighter weight boots. They're great for year-round lower level walking, summer in the mountains, and if you're carrying a heavier pack, they offer some more support. And finally, if you're into scrambling and mountaineering, these boots offer a lot more structural stability. They're tougher, more protective, and you can also use them with a crampon for winter walking. The next thing to think about is what the upper of your boot's made of. And this could be a lightweight, breathable fabric, or full grain leather, which is much harder wearing, lasts longer, or a nubuck style, which is somewhere in between, so you get the flexibility of a fabric boot with some of the extra durability of a leather boot. Most walking boots have a waterproof membrane such as Gore-Tex to help keep your feet dry. Some lighter weight boots aren't waterproof like this one, and they're great if you're heading to warmer places to walk where you want to maximize breathability. Full grain leather boots like this one often still have a waterproof membrane. However, this can break down in any boot over years of use. Well looked after, a leather boot will stay waterproof even when the waterproof membrane doesn't work anymore. The sole unit of a boot comprises a lightweight insole, the midsole, which gives you the structure, the stability and the cushioning, and then an outsole, which is your grip and protection from the ground. The outsole of your boot should match the kind of terrain you're most likely to be walking on. So with the outsole, you need to look at the depth of the tread pattern, and also the rubber compound. Make sure the outsole of your boot matches where you'll be walking. If you do a lot of muddy, grassy walking, look for a deeper tread and a wider space tread pattern. If you mainly walk on paths and drier trails, a shallower tread will suit you better. The rubber compound's important to think about as well. A harder compound will be longer lasting, harder wearing, but the grip, especially on rock, won't be so good. A softer compound will give you better grip, but will wear out more quickly. Once you've chosen the kind of boot you want, the next thing to do is make sure it fits you perfectly. The best way to do this is to head to your local outdoor shop and try a few different pairs on. Many shops will have expert boot fitters to help you with your choice. When you go to try boots on, it's a good idea to take your favourite pair of walking socks, any orthotics or insoles that you usually wear, and perhaps think about going at the end of the day when you've been on your feet all day, as that's when your feet are likely to be biggest. With boot fitting, the key things to look at are the length of the boot, the width of the boot, and the volume of the boot. The length of the boot is important because too small and you'll end up bashing your toes against the end, too big and you'll end up with heel movement, which is a cause of blisters. When you're trying a boot on, a good thumb width of space at the toe is good. With more structured boots, it can be quite hard to feel where your toe is. So a finger or a thumb down the back, down the heel, will give you the right size. It's important the boot is the right width for your foot throughout. Classic pinch points tend to be the little toe here and the big toe joint here. Women in particular tend to have a narrower heel and a wider forefoot, so it's really important that the boot fits that foot shape. The volume or depth of a boot is important because too low and it will put pressure on the top of your foot, which can cause pain. Too great a volume and your foot will move around in the boot and that can cause blisters. A good pair of walking socks improves the comfort, fit and feel of any pair of walking boots. But if you're still struggling to get the perfect fit, you can try an insole which replaces the existing insole. This adds a bit more support, a bit more cushioning, a deeper heel cup to reduce movement, and also reduces the volume a little bit to improve the fit. Once you've chosen a pair of boots, it's well worth taking them home and wearing them around the house for a couple of hours to identify any issues before you commit to taking them outside. Looking after your boots will keep them comfortable and performing well for longer. You can clean them with something like a footwear cleaning gel and then protect them with a waterproofing treatment.